All right, guys. I did that intentionally. We are here for the game 3. We are entering into the last game of Holoroth. And with choice picks allowing for it to not be Seping after this point, maybe, hopefully not. I don't know. We have to see. But we do see Frostbiz leading out the opposition here at first place. And he's choosing Seping for his own outright position because, hello, he's first round selection. He's able to choose her now. But we do see T225 and AS actually locking Akos here, which is kind of strange. I mean, that's not strange, but it's going to work out. Because we know what happened to Frostbiz into round 1 with Akos, and it really just gave him the necessary push there for it. And it working out, this is where it really starts to see about, okay, maybe this character works better in Holoroth than this character, right? Because Shio has a little bit of like intermediate success rate compared to her opponents into the roster. And it's like, I can understand where Shio kind of stands here to be picked here, but I think Morisao is where she really shines. She doesn't have much of a difficulty points with Shio's and not Shio's Zipingings and Fairy Shen's. Like, I don't know. I don't like seeing Shio into the Holoroth region just because she can really be shown in the wrong direction of like, oh, she can't do this because she's going up against this X character. But besides that, we're going to see Wang Ling rocking the F2 as well as with Exen for the Ziping Yings. But we do see T225 as the Akos with F2, V2. And then we're actually going to see, the standard of that to be made. I don't think there's really much to kind of go off of. Jux using V2 Justina, so not the V1 like how Wang Ling tried to deal with it. It was Wang Ling? Yes, it was Wang Ling versus Kai Bao, so yes. Because Wang tried V1 for Justina last round, and I mean it went well to the extent, but not to the full extensive pressure that it would allow for it. Alliance's Frostbiz though goes ahead and means a Plumed Castle. We're gonna see T225 up against Exen at the Salvation Podium. TE's over by the end of the dunes for Jux, and then JG's verse is actually over by the Moonfall Pass alongside with Kai Bao. That's interesting, as we're going to see JL's AS with Akame over by the Jin Armory, Bauda's Exen, GG Shaw, EWG Urano. They're all over by the Metop region. So that should be an interesting spawn point. The Salvation Podium fight's going to go crazy. It's like a trios match all over again. But we are going to see this chance here for Wang Liang to find himself an armor, blue weapon, blue greatsword, double blue greatsword. Crazy, but he finds a bow. TG5 decides to go on the underling of the podium to try to find some loot there. Now Frostbiz up against XXY. Excuse me, he's gonna go ahead and pressure out for those LMBs and his uppercuts as XXY gets his F2 off. We're gonna see how much this RMP to hold check is gonna come out here when this chase arrives, and that's gonna be it right there. Clink number 1, F1 to push back and going right back into it. We're gonna see another one from XXY finding a common an armor swap. No, not gonna happen. But Frostbiz finds his fan. It's going to be a lot better for him right now. And as Frostbiz gets away, he's going to actually dissipate this fight because he's going to look for some swaps into armor. He's going to get vision, though. AS up against Exen, though, onto the northern side, actually, of Metob. And as Exen kind of alleviates his chase against AS, who may or may not have grapples because the early game, his spawn will kind of deterred that. We will see how this comes through. Horizontal block extreme force. This is F1 gets a con to iframe, but we're going to see Arano rushes down. Target price selection, is going to be made. If he could find Akos, I think he does find Akos. Okay, so he knows that this Akos is low, so he's going to focus this target onto him. Get some high ground position. Tries to flank him out there, but he did not successfully hit that stagger. And as AS gets more time to loot here, more time to kind of feel for the supplies that are going to be available for him to kind of pick up along the way of running away from his opponents. There's also built up time for him to build a rage, right? So depending on how Exen kind of wants to really garnish this fight towards his opponent. Gets caught to the grapple though. F1 is initiated. Arano looks for it. Focuses on the target selection here. He knows he can try to go for it. In the meanwhile, oh wow. Kai Bao with that pole sword action eliminates Verse here into the Moonfall Pass. TE's Jux gets caught to that Scare Rush into the RMB, and then another LMB to force the R into the Blue Focus. Scare Rush is a confirmed Scare Rush from Swoop. Jux was able to. Wait, I gotta watch that back. That was close. That was immensely close. Look how close this was. It's like they ran perpendicular. Or they ran parallel to each other. And Kai Bao was not able to hit confirm Jux because of that. Jux was right on the money in terms of getting that angle off. We're gonna see him actually in this corner. Scare rushes again as he builds off time for that stone form into the clink as well for the dagger. Kaiba really is just trying to keep this pressure on him with his pole sword, the scare rushes, but it's really a wild haymaker strat that he can kind of get off with the purple pole sword here because there's so many angles that can come out here. But Jux has F2 back up again. Doesn't use it in time. And Kaiba can see elimination. Number 2, by the way. Now, back into Metop. We're going to see AS up against Exen. Exen catches the neutral or horizontal, but we're going to see an R&B to delay it because dude, the musket shots from the back line. This forces the teams to kind of ring around, but Arano is going to be the one with the musket. V1 is now active for Exen as he grabs the elimination, catches the uppercut with the cancel, with the horizontal, I should say, from this point. Which I mean by that is that he catches Arano with the horizontal blue focus from the dual halberds, and within the animation, grapples his opponent for a headbutt or for a ground pound to an R&B, and he can confirm that. Like it's a way for you to use it instead of going all the way, and you can actually get more damage that way. Depending though, depends on the weaponry selection you have, whether it's benthic descent. But meantime, F2 is initiated from Murano. We're gonna see a no parry opportunity from Exen. He has V1. He's not using it. He sees the ultimate now coming out from the Shaol, and you can see Murano looking for some. I was about to say he's looking for some opportunity, and there was it. He was looking to see once that animation was done, what was Exen gonna do? Scare rush or go ahead and try to bait out for a parry? Because he looks for this horizontal here, and he can chase this out. He hits those confirmation horizontal hits with the nunchucks, and that's gonna be Arano's first kill. Close call, but I think Exen should have. I don't know, because if Arano procs Sedate Soul from Zipping Ying against Exen, Exen would have gotten caught into the V2 of the Justiciar's Guard's Pursuit Flash, which is what Arano's running the V2. And then what happens then is that he can actually just get caught out by Stagger, and at that point it would still been over. He uses ult to save some rage back, pretty much. Ironically, right? He uses ult to save rage. But Wei Liang over by the Pinnacle Town, just like by him lonesome. Frostabus is looting up over here by the Igneous Mound, north end. Looking for the birds and picking up money, so this is always a good sign because then he can just buy supplies because he doesn't look too good in terms of supplies right now. 7 grapplings, 1 healing berry, 2 armor powders. Gonna look for those ones. Wei Liang, he's deciding to R&B this, yeah, big time. And Wei Liang actually gets the salvation podium against C225 when they were both contesting for it, but it looks like XXY is not in a position against Wang where he'd rather not want to be in. And catching this Hong Sword movement is like really up to Wang Liang's favor, but he looks towards it and parry baits, gets that Soul Bloom, sees towards the bow shots that Verse is trying to go for. Is XXY looking to salty res this? No, don't do it, bro. Oh, wait. I think he can now. I actually think he can. But the only thing is he has a common weapon in his pocket, right? It's a common armor. There's not really much value towards it. Maybe he didn't get the Hong Sword. We're going to have to see what XXY is going to plan on doing here because he is delaying his position in this spot. He's going to lose some extra supplies. Exen gets caught out here for the V1. It's going to be forced, and Jaw looks for the beacon drop and loses the kill potential there. Doesn't get a jump LMB there. Scare rushes, misses it. F2 is going to be in Exen's favor here. I'll go back over this play here because nice hold check on that. Yeah, Exen goes out. So from GG Shaw's position here, right? Boom. Heat of the moment, most likely, is what caused this. That beacon drop could have been confirmed for a kill with a jump LMB. Or worst case scenario is that he would actually drop down below towards the ground. So it will be something kind of basically if he felt like he was going to fall down, that it would have happened. But you know, the funny thing is that he also has F1. GG Shaw has F1. And if GG Shaw had F1 there, right, if he jumped LMB'd, again, like I say, he tastes this out, right? He goes for the dash RBs, he misses this one. And then jump LMB this one. If he jumped LMB like that, like jump LMB instead of parry, composite parry, he would have been able to get an F1 and I think kill. I honestly think he would have killed him with the F1. But anyways, he delays his kill by amounts that actually puts it away from people's vision. So this is kind of a good spot too, where he can lead the Soul Bloom, where nobody should be able to see it unless they're coming out from the ravine side. Hopefully. And this is Manicore's arena, by the way. So this is south of Medtop, and no one really kind of goes to Manicore's arena unless they need to spawn here, maybe because they lose Romo Yang. And this is GG Shaw's insurance policy anyway, so he takes this to heart. You know, purple Hong Sword and everything in between. Spawns right here for the Romo Yangs, keeps Jux, Arano nearby to one. He has 45 seconds. Frostbus as well. Wangling by the Salvation Podium again, and then we're gonna see TT5 AS there. And JDG and Akame actually combatants right now. Hold on a second. Akame looking to try to go ahead into the sky. Scare rushes to scare rushes. Finds the F1. Holds the R&B. We're going to see a parry nicely done from Verse. Slide uppercut. Might be going for a slide infinite, but he can't really confirm, so he's going to go for the jump R&Bs, or the R&B to the R&B to the jump LMBs off to the side. Akame looking to try to hold check the heck out of his opponent here. We know Verse has ultimate, so if anything happens or he gets caught out, could he have wanted to go through for the end? And, of course, it's kind of like a basis of that. Quick opportunity right now for these guys. Verse looks to try to get a good chance of just anticipating this. He still hasn't popped ult, gets parried. Dagger sap comes out here for the short handle sap, I should say, as Akame looks to try to get to the sky here to try to buy some time away from the Akos. He doesn't have ultimate anymore, so while he's trying to get towards away from it, a Romo Yang fights between Frostbus, Wolves, Kai Bao, and also to GG Shaw, KLA T225, and EWG Arano versus AS from Team JL. Now, Kai Bao, pistol shot to the pistol shot. You know this is what he kind of lives for. He's playing this Fairy Shen pick as it comes out. R&B goes to the Shadow Step. R&B gets parried. Anticipated. Beacon drop for the free R&B. Nope, doesn't happen. Lethal Jab is confirmed here. Looks to go for the Shadow Step again. Catches the LMB. Uppercut. Grapple bump. Heaven Step? Doesn't get it. Bases one out. Clink for the first. Almost gets caught to that parry. Nice clink. This is going to force Frostbus's V1. Scare Rush is confirmed. Kai Bao looks to get caught out here. F1 is going to be initiated here maybe in a second. Nice R&B release as Frostbus gets baited out from the Shadow Step. And they're going to be an R&B coming out here again. This time, though, Kai Bao has a beacon drop. He could not get it in time. Frostbus picks up the elimination. It's like timing on timing for those ultimate casts. And now GG Shaw has himself against TT25. And TT25 going to have one heal here. Gets neutral. F abilities up for GG Shaw. F2 is avoided from the Akos. A Rampage. That doesn't even hit. So many horizontals. Oh my gosh. Again. TT25 looking towards this. There it is. Uppercut. Grapple bump. R&B. Confirmation kill. Shaw gets the elimination. Looks for it. Gets his gold weapon in the purple armor. But he already has purple armor, so it's a gold fan and a purple Hong Sword. It's perfect. Absolute cinema. Obviously, right now with the AS actually getting caught out here, Arano has his Black Tortoise blocks to be at max capacity. So while it comes down towards it, AS is going to look to try to escape this fight. He looks to try to confer towards forcing his block so he can get the V2, but this also involves having his opponent want to fight back. And AS has Akos ult active, so he can just scare rush as long as he wants until the ultimate decides to dissipate for the time duration that it is. As AS finds a blue armor swap, this is actually kind of crucial here. Arano finds his F2 to negate the F1 coming up from Akos. Has V2 no longer in use, so he can't teleport to his opponent. But AS walks perpendicular to him and catches him through here. Through the stairwell, catches the 1-2. Doesn't go for the 1-2-3. TT25 looking to try to scare rush in here. Looks for target price selection. Goes against Arano, the one who has the Vermilion Bird Smite. And CT25 decides, nah, I'm not going to do that. He's going to go ahead and get some loot up. Got 3.5 minutes to kind of find out where his next opponent can be. And kind of focusing them out. As a result, TT25 has himself to kind of go around Med Top South region. AS is actually on top of this pillar, and as he goes out to chase him, we're going to see some scare rushes coming out here. TT25 looks towards AS 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 looks to try to get to the sky. Scare rush to commit a stagger would be pretty indigenous. TT25 wouldn't really get a chance of actually seeing that opportunity of happening, but he finds that F2 off to the corner. Because, finding a stagger in midair is kind of it's a risky play. That's what I mean by that. Because, you don't see that as often. It's only certain people will want to go for that. And then, it's like a Twixter, compilation. I'll stop. But we do see Wang Ling get a kill off of Arano. RMB is coming out here from Shaw against TT25. V2 is dodged. And as TT Shaw commits to this fight, Wang Ling is going to look for this as the third party. Now, I'm looking at the leaderboard right now. 3 kills between Shaw and Wang Yang for kill leaders in this lobby. V2 is avoided. TT25 just gets caught out here completely. GG Shaw gets caught into a position where he can take an R&B to the back of TG5's head to to secure the kill. But the problem is that, okay, armor swaps and happening. MedTop has 7 players here, 7 out of the 10. TG5 looking for a scare rush here, baits it out. GG Shaw gets an F1. The F2 roar doesn't confirm it, and you can see Shaw is lower than low. But the R&B from the fan at the very ends of the earth reaches it. Shaw forces his own Vermilion Bird's Might as Arana picks up the elimination here with the F2. Wang Liang going to be able to pick up the gear that's left behind, as this is going to be where things get dangerous. AS has no ultimate. TE's Jux does have ultimate, and TE is the Justine in this lobby. TE Jux hasn't gotten any eliminations yet. He could have any opportunity here to come in through a fight and catching a third party, but he only has a blue weapon, so the mitigation coming from these guys because of their purple armors are definitely going to cause some frustration when it comes to them escaping. But at least at that point, he kind of pressures them in that spot for another third party to come in, and then he can sneak back in for a fourth party, essentially, by being into that equation. And a roaming happens through this point. We're going to see this in Medtop. We're going to see this in south of Camel's Hump. Maybe, is that Moonbeam Gorge? I'm going to call it Moonbeam Gorge. They'll be next by, and then we're going to see one by the Fortress of Kaviani as Verse and Kai Bao are actually nearby towards it. GG Shaw is already on the roaming though. We're going to skip around because this is where it comes into stagnation. Oh, finally, a replay. I want to see what happened to Arano. Because Arano went up against AS here. Pistol shot to pistol shot. R&B's F1. Nice F2 from Arano to actually mitigate that F1. Let me talk about that real fast. So, like, he finds his R&B. He knows he won't be able to have much chance to do much. But the F2 right there was perfect as it confirms that he's immune towards the F1 knockback, and he can confirm the damage against AS after the duration of it ended. Again, after the F1 drops, the vulnerability is done. And Arano finds the F2 that can actually confirm that damage. Ultimate is ready. Ooh. Clink. Clink number 2. Clink number 3. And that's a parry. Nice. Actually really nice for AS. Wait. He's got ultimate too. And Rana really baiting this out, huh? V2 is confirmed. That's a free R&B. Yeah, the moment you catch someone in midair for that, it's kind of a GG's. But, you know, next patch for Season 12, we are going to see Akos actually be able to have a fighting stance against Shayos with his own V2 to actually grab her out of the Black Tortoise block mode. So what are we missing? So we have the Onyx Tortoise. We have the Onyx Tortoise. We have the Tiger. We have Vermilion. All right, we got Draco Storm, the Dragon. What are we missing? Are we missing something? Okay, so Draco's, Vermilion's, Tortoise, and the Tiger. Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's all 4. The legendary beasts. Oh, Arana looks towards Shaw into the sky. Rampage. Denied with the F2. Very nice. Arana gets caught into a slide uppercut. This is not going to be... Yeah, he can't do a continuance onto that. He didn't want to risk it. He gets his R&B, though. Forces the first block. V2 is activated. LMB doesn't confirm. Another V2 block. This is going to see about Arana whether or not he's going to use his V2 here as a bait out. There it is. And that's actually his last block. He catches an R&B here. Gets caught into his R&B again. F2 is available, but GG Shot jump LMBs to jump LMB, and that gives him the elimination as Arana gets eliminated for that round, for that Roman Yang round. 5 eliminations for GG Shaw here. Kai Bao into the zone here after... He won his Roman Yang? He picks up a Soul Bloom. I think he just denies somebody the Soul Bloom. That's crazy. But we're going to switch over back to Wang Liang versus XXY. We saw it very temporarily. Wang Liang finds himself in the cotton F2. He uses F1 himself, or F2 himself, as is a Ping Ying. As XXY Shield Bash is down, we're going to see Wang get caught into LMB uppercut, grapple bump into an R&B. Not going to kill confirm here. Pistol shot to try to get the job done. Jump R&B. XXY gets eliminated. Wait, how many seconds was that? 5 seconds? Yeah. Close call. XXY did a phenomenal job for that pistol shot. Could he have stuck towards using another pistol shot? Kind of, but the amount of dodges that Wang Liang was getting done was like, it's kind of risky. White Tiger's Brow is going to be picked up by Wang Liang most likely as well. Gold Spear is picked up. Arana looking to hunt. GG Shaw still has somewhere around the vicinity. XXY looking to spawn in. No, looks like it's going to be a Mystic Might. Mainly the reason he's getting this is because he needs to confirm eliminations like quick. He's got 4 eliminations. He's in 4th right now. So for Wang Liang, getting 5th, getting 6 eliminations, and then catching up into the bar of the the leaderboards, it's going to be definitely good for him to kind of chill out for Morris Isle maps to be passively aggressive. Like not like, no, this is passive aggressive with Ziping, super passive aggressive, but he means to go full aggressive, and he can, you know, chill out with the point values he's at, where it's not so much of the risk to reward, for the reward being obviously placements and kills, but also to the extent of fireflies and rage gain for every one of his combatants, of rotating around and finding those. So even finding fruits, because sand pears are all around this area, but you know, fruits and Salox and prickly pears are all over into Morris Isle. So we'll have to see that. But spawning coming in here from XXY over by the Jin Armory, has himself the bounty scroll. Perfect. His target is going to be GG Shaw. Not looking too good. But you know, if he finds Shaw, he can try to force the Fairy Shen mech out, I think. Maybe, hopefully. We'll have to see. Because XXY did some good neutral uppercut to almost catching a Slide Infinite if he could with the Hong sword. So I really want to see where he kind of wants to stem from doing that. Because, you know, it really just comes down towards it. Because he can't do much against the Fairy Shen ultimate while his ult is active. But he catches in a nice neutral, but the terrain griefs him temporarily. We're gonna see a midair F2 to be utilized, and he burns the cooldown to get the reduced one. 10 seconds, nice scare rush coming out from Mirana, kind of close gap into this. You're gonna see Wang Ling kind of backline, because he does have Mystic Might, right? So he knows, he sees all, pretty much. And even though Arano also has a Valiant Challenger, he's going to be able to see through the walls and hopefully see that there is someone who is looking to backline this. F2 comes out. He could probably even hear that. F2, a V2 actually procced from Arano. Now in response, XXY, and there's the first block. Okay. Gets his V2. That's the second one for each one. Both these guys can take range damage. There's a second block, but that's the third block for Arano here to try to burn off of, XXY to burn off of Arano. Let's take a look and see if he's going to do it, because this is the perfect time right now. They're going to look to reset here. He catches him in midair. He can go for a horizontal. There it is. And that's the last one for Arano. Doesn't have much to kind of go off of this end. Doesn't really get a chance of repositioning, so he's gonna look to this corner, try to heal if he can. But then there's gonna be this is the final remaining 6 players so far. 7 players into this area right now. Is that all 9 players into this one region into Metop? Wait, where's Prosperous? Oh, I see him. West side. We're going to see Arano though up against XXY, F2 against him. This is going to be a really extended fight that can come out to the benefit of either or right now, because any third party is going to also take into stealing the skill. R&B doesn't come out here, but the stagger comes through. Stagger to the sky. Let's take a look and see, but ooh, into the map. And we're going to see a chance for XXY to actually look towards avoiding his target hits. Meter dump comes out here. Arano gets himself caught out. Another armor swap because he didn't find a full one in the first place, and the meter dump comes through. Nice R&B. GG Shaw goes ahead and gets the elimination. I was really counting out and seeing, like, I'm like holding my breath. I'm like, yo, what's going to happen here? XXY is low. He's actually 1 hit. He's not even a hit. He's like, you flick your finger and he's done. KO. Finds a nice blue armor swap though on the way, and he has to go straight to the zone. Finds an F2. It tries to force a fight with Wang Liang, and Wang Liang has ultimate hold check of destiny coming back again, a vertical, another again. But XXY, I don't think he took a hit from Wang Liang in the vicinity of time, but he still has time to heal here regardless, so he's going to take the full extension of time frame to do so. Backing off into Wings. Nice R&B. And then that's going to be a chance for XXY to actually burn through for his Romy Yang depletion. This is actually unfortunate. As Wang Ling finds the elimination number 5. He's in that leaderboard for top 4 still. He's only 0.2 away from T225 here. Over by the Jinnah Armory is where the extension of this fight ends up. And we're going to see Moonbane's Thorny Roller. Everything that would work against an opponent from escaping. This is where it comes down. GG Shaw looks to try to charge out these RMBs, and he's trying to chase out AS. And as AS kind of looks towards and getting caught out here from opponents, we are going to see Jux and Kai Bao fighting in the backline. Frostfist with the bow shot. He's looking to try to aim this down. There's going to be another Morris Blessing Moonbane strike to come out here for the next 30 seconds, meaning no one can kind of really want to stay inside this area. Thorny Roller back up again. AS, I don't know how you found that purple armor though. It's kind of crazy. Finds the Forbidden Seal usage here. Kind of crucial. Spacing it up. Getting himself out there. Kind of scary though if he gets caught out through, but he's gonna look to try to go for high ground position and avoiding range shots. AS still has 0 eliminations. He hasn't been able to pick up an elimination today so far for his first 2 rounds, but this is his 3rd round so far. So we're going to take a look and see how that ends up. GG Shaw. Looking to kind of cannon shot out Jux through the walls. He gets into the Scorch, though, so that's kind of good. And then with it, he has 5 repair chests. So for Shaw right now, it's kind of, or not, yeah, for Shaw right now, this would be his best play right now. Almost hits a shot of a Jux. Jux looks to reposition. Gets caught with a bow shot from Frostivus. Very nicely done. Wingland going to try to initiate into that as well. And we're going to see another repair from Shaw off of this corner now. As Shaw kind of looks to get off of this ballista, he's like, I'm not gonna stay here much longer. I ain't gonna go through it. Because Jux now takes the time to heal here. We have no more Forbidden Seal in 5 seconds. And as Jux kind of works his point, we will be able to see ultimates back up again. Kai Bao, don't get hit, please. Or maybe not 5 seconds. Maybe 15 seconds. Because the thing should be a minute. Right? Yeah, this Forbidden Seal should be done. Yeah. Trust me, in the span of a minute, time can go really, really fast. Juxto takes these cannon shots as well. And are the bow shots back to back, scatter shots. And there it is, no more Forbidden Seal. Everyone can use ultimate now. 1 grapple for Jux. Can he make his rotation towards a body? I don't think there is any. Or can he get to the shot? The 2k gold that he has in hand, I'm not sure. But we do see this is where stagnation happens here. They're going to focus down Jux because they know maybe or not he doesn't have supplies. There's the body. That's the body of AS. Unfortunate. But Versus getting chased down here by Jux. Wang Ling looks to try to reposition to the northeast, the northwestern end of the circle due to that Moonbane, just so he can kind of range out people if he can. He has 2 cannons, so he can just swap in between both of those. Takes the time to reset both of them, and then hot swaps them instead of having to repeat repairs. So that's a play as well, guys. Get 2 ranged weapons in your arsenal. Maybe they don't have to be the same ones, like exactly, but depending on your J selection. But you can actually just be able to have a variety of those weapons that have repair chests after you find time to repair 2 weapons at the same time. But of course, switching to your pistol is faster than reloading. So take that to the point. But between Jux and Verse right now, both of them on the bottom of the leaderboard so far for this lobby that's still left alive. They're kind of working off of one another in terms of distancing, and this is where stagnation occurs. Okay, so we might get a replay because of this, maybe. Maybe, I don't know. I see Frost was charging up his bow. Maybe he's getting those shots because Wing Ling is right next to him. And Wang is shooting cannon shots as well. Yeah, GG shot looks towards the Verse. It's crazy because we know that Justinas can actually interrupt this whole endgame circle. Like the moment that this endgame circle goes into succession, she can freeze everybody. And even just like put him in a spot where she can get a free R&B right with a pole sword, and everyone just loses 800 HP in the grouping. And it's kind of disturbing. But it also comes to the benefit where she has to be safe enough from Akos's, for instance, who has the V2 afterwards to be able to proc it and catch her out, or even F1, which forces them to actually get like 60% mitigation because they hit 3 targets in close proximity. And Verse finds an armor swap for his gold armor. He's going to have to be cautious here, but this tree is not going to protect him. So many cannon shots coming out from Wang Ling, who's getting focused by Jux. Jux is really just focusing out the Zipping Ying for a specific purpose because they're only range gaming, and so he's taking that to the consideration. Wolf Skybao still has blue armor from earlier, and as Verse is just ringing around this point, he is just taking these shots through, avoiding Jux. Jux finds his position of chasing this out, and you know, Verse has no time to use his 10 armor powders to heal up here, and has prize fall as well. And Frostbus is ready for that prize fall for the first time. The second time, he just knew it was going to come out in the first place. Yeah, Frostbus read it. F1's initiated, 40%. We're going to see cannons coming up from Wang. He knows how low this target is. Gets the R&B fan, avoids it. V2's up for first. Finds himself to running around here. Tries to look for Frostbus. Guesses the V2. This could force a proc for Frostbus here, and it will. As Frostbus tries to throw an F1, he throws it in the direction that he's not able to grab it immediately. Gets caught into the bow shot from Jux. Jux finds his elimination there. Very nicely done. Goes ahead and climbs up to 8th. But Jux is looking to try to lock out Frostbus too, and that's going to be a 2-fer right there for Jux. And he's going to be looking for this soul. V2 is ready. Gold pole sword is handed. And he's going to be rocking the Christmas tree to go off against the remaining 3 players. Now, as it comes out, Wolves Kai Bao looks to backline this point. LMB comes out, gets the RB, not going to confirm. But Wolves Kai Bao has 23 grapples, and there's a treat right there. So let's see how long this extends out. Wang Liang's F2 is down. He looks to try to go ahead and flank out for a heal. Jux is at a 500 HP position, give or take, but he's taking some time to go ahead and scare rush up for an RMB and getting chased with LMBs from these opponents. RMB comes out for GG shot, it avoids. Jux is looking to try to go to the sky, goes for those grapple strikes to the sky, and then obviously right then he looks to try to go ahead and avoid, and then there's a heal over time. As it comes out here, Jux charges the RMB, catches the LMB to RMB, gets caught into the RMB, has to force F2, has V2 still, right? So he's looking to wait for that timing to enact it, and then Wang Ling is going to be one target he's kind of looking towards. Wang Ling was anticipating it, catches that freeze. It's going to be where the target final selection comes out with GG Shao with the RMB with the van and gets himself his 7th elimination. This is his MVP match for sure. But Wang Ling still has 2 targets to kill here. If he can, he could catch that instead, but he getting caught to these fans from GG Shao. GG Shao has beacon. This is going to be a free parry for Wang Ling. Short handle sap, finds the cannon shots. GG Shao losing all his temper right now to go ahead and use his beacon. Gets almost caught by Kai Bao's pole sword to lock him out of the zone, but GG Shao looks to time to heal here. And Kai Bao still has ultimate to kind of work off of. So we're going to see him getting a full heal in the masses. And as Kai Bao kind of walks right down towards the path, cannon shot knocks both of these targets into the zone. Kai Bao uses F to reposition himself back into it, and as it comes out, uses his own beacon instead. Kai Bao now in the full position to just try to use his armor heal to mitigate, but he catches the cannon shot for number 1. Number 2 misses. Number 3 misses as well. The double burst coming out here for Shaw is huge. The movement tech is incredible. But Wang Liang, he doesn't have ultimate. So whether or not the zone comes out towards it, we're going to see Kai Bao try to shoot at Shaw. Shaw finds his opportunity of just climbing this mech, and now comes the zone damage. This could be a tied 3rd place position, y'all. Wang Liang catches Shaw to the RMBs. Kai Bao low, gets caught into the cannon shot. GG Shaw doesn't get through, and Wang Liang gets his 8th elimination. 9th? 6th elimination. I think that's his MVP. No, it's Shaw's MVP. Very nice. That's crazy. How did Shaw get the elimination off of Kai Bao there? R&B? What? No, he just catches both eliminations. He just had more eliminations in general. Okay. Yeah, it really feels bad. But it does come through there. That's 8 eliminations for GG Shaw, 13.2. Wang with 6, 11.4 points. Kai Bao with 4.1, as well as with Jux, 3.8 for Arano, 3.4 for Frostbus, 2.2 for Verse, 1.6 for XXY, 1 for X and 0.5 for AS, and then Zip Nada for TT25 and Akame for this round specifically. We're going to more style. We're going to be able to see some changes. But the bottom 6 has his placements to have AS at the very bottom row with a 1 point, 2.1 for XXY, 4.2 for Verse from JDG, 5.9 for Arano here, 7.5 for Akame, 7.8 for Kai Bao, who's right beneath 6th place. In this case, 6th place is going to be TE's Jux with 7.9, 14.8 for TT25 in 5th, GG Shot in 4th with 15.9, 19.8 for Baudis Exon, and Wang Liang with a 20-pointer in 2nd place, solidifying a high point game into now still seeing Frostbus at the lead for 3 rounds in a row. Very nice. Now we get into the 4th round. Now we're into more style. But before that, just going to look at the Frostbus GG Shaw's stats. 2nd MVP, 31k damage, advanced heal, nunchuck stab, blue moon, rampage, stormtide. He was trying to get his rampage off, and he never really had a chance of being able to do so. But Hong sword here for the 7k damage, fan for the 9.8k damage, and then skills and ultimates for 4.5k. Wow, 8 eliminations and just a massive amount of pressure there with the fairy shed. So with that being said, that's gonna be the end of the 3rd round. We're gonna go ahead into the 4th round and on until we end it out. And with that, my name is Severio Caster. I'll see you guys. Any suggestions, any comments, just let me know through messages on Discord as well. And if you guys have need to follow, need to subscribe, or leave a like, I'd be much appreciated. And if you reach this point, I appreciate you. And with that, we're going back.